Without further ado, we will continue croaking Mike. Mike sat on his bed, despondent. "What's wrong, Mike?" Whisper whispered. "The one that got away is all," Mike said. Whisper hugged him from behind. "You have me," she said, "and you have Yoko." "We love you so, so much," she whispered. "I know, and I love you, but my heart needs to feel sad for a while longer." "Okay then, darling. Want to brush my hair?" He did. Brushing Whisper's pink hair, and then Kurama's black hair, was like meditation. It cleared his mind and heart of all except contentment. He sighed, peace restored. "Get dressed, love. You have your meeting with the committee of fox bitches today," Kurama said. "Right. That bitch Emerald will probably make you fuck her right in the middle of the meeting." He groaned. "Right. But you can wear a condom. She didn't say that you couldn't." "Right!" Kurama held one in black foil packaging. "It's not enchanted or anything, but it's our color," she said. Mike put it into the pocket of his slacks. "Right," he said. "Are you left-handed?" she asked, grinning. "Right," he said, waving his right hand and smiling. "Who takes care of you best?" she asked, putting her hands on his bare shoulders. "My queen," he replied. "Right," she asserted, and kissed him. Mike dressed in a polo shirt and slacks. At least he wasn't hungry after power-chugging Karen's milk. Maria was in his office, waiting in her kimono. She smiled at him. Nemo, Sancho, and Kay joined him. Together. Shortly after he sat down. "So who's coming to the committee meeting?" Mike asked. Every hand went up. "Yummy," Mike replied. "Are all of you prepared to maybe watch me fuck Lady Emerald? I suspect she'll call it in at the meeting. It would be quite a coup for her." Everyone nodded. "Most important question. Who's going to make fun of me?" No one raised their hand. "Thank you," Mike said. He stood up. "Let's go then and face the vixens." Mike was curious what Emerald would say. Would she admit to other high-ranking noblewomen that a human had gotten the best of her? Would she have taken the time to learn what terms he had added to her contract? How would she treat Maria? He wouldn't tolerate any mistreatment of his secretary. They followed Sancho to a different house, a bigger one in Kitsune Land. Lady Yamada's house. "She has 6 tails, so watch yourselves, everyone," Sancho said. Most of this house was built from raw magic. Mike felt a chill. He did not want to be Lady Yamada's enemy. Mike took the lead and introduced himself at the door. A liveried Kitsune servant bowed them in and gestured to a hallway. "At the end of the hallway, King Mike," the servant said. Mike noticed the servant had 4 tails. They walked down the hallway. The hallway stretched and stretched. Mike forced a laugh. "The old never-ending hallway. A good joke, Lady Yamada," he called out. Suddenly, they stood outside red-painted double doors that looked very Chinese to Mike. Mike examined the doors, and then he saw a smaller door to the left, built into the same wall. "Let me guess, the big doors open back into the never-ending hallway? I know that one too," Mike said, grinning, and he opened the smaller door. It led them to a sitting room with nobody in it. Kay blundered into Mike, and they fell onto the floor inside the seemingly empty room. Kay apologized, as her armor surely left bruises on Mike's body. Z quickly stood up and pulled Mike up by his shoulders. He righted himself and strode into the room, eyes golden and searching. "Who tripped my Tanuki liaison?" he demanded. King, Kay said. Mike waved to cut off whatever Kay was going to say. He studied a cupboard. He clearly saw who must be Lady Yamada, with his Tengu vision instinctively active. His eyes turned brown again in an instant, and he saw a cupboard again, but those two knobs were just about the correct place. Mike feigned anger a bit longer. "Talk! I will have no mistreatment of my unders," he shouted at the empty space to the left of the cupboard, near the door. Then he reached his two hands out and pinched the knobs, pulling hard. The cupboard became a woman gasping in pain as Mike pinched her nipples through a Chinese dress. Mike released her. He thought it was called a cheongsam. "Hello, Lady Yamada," he said, grinning. "I got you. Do I have to catch the others, or can we begin?" She rubbed her hurting breasts, but nodded. "You got me, King Mike. Please be seated." "You don't enjoy having your nipples pulled, do you?" Mike asked, taking a seat. "Maybe I do if I have the right puller," she said. Lady Eboshi and Lady Emerald took their places beside Lady Yamada, having dropped their disguises. "Tripping my tanuki gave away your position, milady," Mike said in a chiding tone. "I know I'm only a human, but those were basic tricks. I'll use better ones next time. Consider this an amusement for the peanut gallery," Kitsune said. "Who might the peanut gallery be?" Mike asked. "Our uninvited observers, King Mike. They can't wait to see what we'll do," Lady Yamada replied. "To begin, let us make introductions." They did. "Next, we wish to formally air our grievances." Lady Eboshi spoke up. Mike nodded to her. "With all of your many mistresses, not one is a kitsune. In my defense, I never had a foxwoman come to my home and befriend me. The closest was Count Takeshi's vassal, who was attempting to put an enchantment on me, and also seduce me in the lobby during the negotiations for the three-part alliance, while I was a vassal." "The committee acknowledges your defense," Lady Emerald said. "Next, you ordered the death of Gakuzo." "Gakuzo the Pretender? That Gakuzo? The same who ordered the kidnapping of my newborn panda son?" "Him?" Mike asked. Kitsune women shared a look. "Yes," Lady Eboshi said. "I did the League a favor by cleansing his filth. Next," Mike snapped. He'd thought they would have changed their minds, but it seemed it was kangaroo court time. "You did not consult us in resolving your grievance with the Tanuki Federation." "I was not yet king, I had no contact with the League, and my grievance was not with the Federation. It was with Duchess Betako, a personal matter," Mike said coldly. "Resolved with a legal duel before witnesses. Amaterasu herself approved my coronation afterward." "Acknowledged." "You raped Lady Emerald," Lady Yamada said. "I certainly did not," Mike protested. "She took me to her bed. She lay down, and I watched her have sex with her husband. I did not so much as kiss her. She smiled and laughed and was happy," Sancho yelled. You admit to leading her to believe you would be her partner, blindfolded her, and allowed another, whom she had not consented to have sex with, to take your place. You conspired to do this, Lady Yamada insisted. That is rape. Both of you are culprits. I'm her husband, Sancho yelled. She coerced me through political pressure, Mike yelled. Do you deny the events as I laid them out? Asked Yamada. Lady Emerald, if you... Surely you know I'd never bring you to harm, Mike stammered. How did you answer the grievance, King Mike? Yamada insisted. I'm guilty. I conspired with Sancho for him to have sex with his wife in my place. She noticed mid-coitus and did not stop or ask him to stop. They had a smiling, happy, consensual sexual encounter. Whisper is a witness, Mike said softly. The committee acknowledges your honesty, Eboshi said. Thank you, Mike snarked. There's just one problem. Lady Emerald has not spoken against us. Emerald nodded. Do speak up, milady. Do you seek redress from me? Do you demand satisfaction? Mike insisted. Emerald stood and yanked off her kimono. Now, was all she said. Mike said, Lady Emerald demands that I have sex with her to fulfill a pact we made after the encounter under discussion, Mike explained, and he began to carefully disrobe. No! She screamed. Mike scoffed and pulled the condom out of his pocket before stepping out of his pants. No protection, she insisted. Sorry, but you can't make that demand, Mike said, and he began to fondle her. He used the condom and handed it to his mouthpiece, Nemo, for disposal. Nemo only frowned a little as he accepted it. Lady Emerald, are you satisfied? Mike asked, and gave a formal bow. The lady is speechless from my vigorous fulfillment of our pact, Mike said, and he began to dress himself. I do believe I'm still in the lead, committee. Kay nodded fiercely. While fixing his tie, Mike asked again, Is Lady Emerald satisfied? I used a fertility charm, damn you, she replied, still laying naked on the table. Not my problem, is it? Are you satisfied? Yes, she growled and dressed herself. The rape charge? Mike asked. I renounce my grievance, she whispered. The lady renounced, Mike said, and gave a wave. Next? Yamada and Eboshi conferred while Emerald tried to gather what remained of her dignity. Was it good for you, honey? Sancho asked with a leer. The king's reputation is fairly earned, Emerald said, looking down. Ha! I watched his technique, Sancho said. Me too, said Nemo. That wasn't his best, Maria scoffed. Still, he called out my name, Emerald said. Ooh, you pacted him to do it. Some victory, Maria said. Are you finished? Mike asked. Because I have my own grievances. The foxwomen nodded. First, the League disavowed the kidnapping before the birth was announced. Second, Yuriko the thrice-tailed snuck onto King Tybalt's property and unlawfully and forcefully detained Madame Borgia of Arcadia. She did this with orders to take me by force and make me sign new treaties and new boundaries. There is no logical way she acted alone. She attacked me. I barely survived. Third, this committee dragged a friendly monarch into a kangaroo court with trumped-up charges. Fourth, a committee member publicly shamed me by forcing me to have sex with her after this committee accused me of raping said member. Fifth, a member of this committee assaulted my liaison, causing harm to my person in the process. Sixth, this private meeting is being unlawfully observed with this committee's full knowledge and consent. I demand satisfaction! Mike's voice steadily rose until he shouted in full soldier command voice. The three Kitsune women rocked back from the force of his words. My regret is that this committee has no authority with which to make redress, he added softly, and then he took his seat. Kay began to applaud. Mike's entourage joined in. When they finished, Mike's ears were ringing. Crow King! Kay shouted, standing, daring the committee to challenge them. Kay waited, nodded, and took their seat once more. We have no answer for your grievances, King Mike, Lady Yamada said softly. Oh? I answered all of yours, but you have nothing to say. Shameful, Mike said. For the record, I will never willingly lay with any member of this committee. The lot of you can go rot. Tell your people what happened here. Crow King out, Mike added, and then stood. His entourage joined him. The Tengu court does not acknowledge this committee or any of their grievances henceforth, Nemo said, with his fan over his beak. The king has spoken. They left the silent committee and exited Lady Yamada's house without incident. On the street, Kay let out a hateful laugh. Motherfucking Crow King! Kay shouted, and Z slapped him on the back. Drinks are on me at Mitsu's! So they went to the only bar in Tanuki Land for drinks. Kay left their helmet with a coat checker at the door, but continued to remain their armor. Kay ordered the best sake in the house. Mitsu-san, join us. We have a celebration with the fucking King of Crows, Kay called out. A plump tanuki in human shape joined them and bowed to Mike. King here just put a 6-tail down, about 6 pegs, with the sheer balls of his righteous indignation. A 4-tail and a 5-tail too. And this was immediately after making said 4-tail scream like a virgin and beg for more, Kay declared. My brother, Crow King Mike. The staff and owner broke into applause. One server, Mike noted, was pregnant and blushed when their eyes met. She held her belly and blew him a kiss. Mike nodded. Mitsu poured the chilled sake for them, and one for herself. To King Mike she toasted, and they all drank. Kay slapped an ancient gold coin on the table. For the bottle. Some tempura as well, and you can keep the change, Z said. Representative K, that is worth so much more than even our best and your meals, Mitsu said. Keep the change, Kay insisted. I'm going back, and I'm giving back to the damned community. Mitsu bowed and slowly slid the coin off of the table and into her palm. Kay, how rich are you? Mike asked. Not as rich as you, richer than Maria, Kay replied with a grin. Good enough, Mike replied. Cheers. And he drank. They took turns pouring from the bottle. It was an ornate clay decanter, and everyone took a turn pouring for their companions. They ate their tempura, battered and fried vegetables, and cheered again and again to their victory over vulpine treachery. You can't cow the Crow King, Nemo declared. And at the word cow, Mike thought of Sylvia and Karen, and heartache overcame his cheer. Kay saw the change overcome him. Hey, no sadness here, King, Z said gently. Do you want to play with Maria's boobs? Mike shook his head. How about mine, hey? Z said. Thank you, but no, I think I'd better go home, Mike said. King, I am offering to take off my armor and let all of these people see my boobs and let you touch 'em, Z said. Kay, I appreciate it, really. Then don't walk away from me, King, Z said. Come back here. Eat this piece of asparagus and have another drink. You play with my tits so everyone can see. Kay, Mike said. Yes, King? Would I ever get this chance again? He asked. You can't make any promises, King. I'm drunk and horny and full of victory. Mike stepped over and kissed Zer full on the mouth, as if they were old lovers. Kay gripped him fiercely and kissed him back. Zer armor was digging into his chest. When they parted, the growing crowd roared. Kay, I have to go. Please understand, Mike said. Don't walk away now. Not now, Mike, Z whispered. Not after treating me like your woman. Only you decide if you are my woman, Mike said. Oh, I'm not, King. But I want to kiss you. And I want to expose my tits, and I want to fuck you till you can't think straight. I don't want to make a scene, Kay. And I don't want to make a spectacle out of you. Not out of me. My friend, good night. Mike clapped Kay on the shoulder, and he nodded at his friends before leaving the bar. Nemo followed him. For what it's worth, you did the right thing. Kay's drunk, and Z might regret it later, Nemo said softly, flying beside him. Nemo, should you be flying drunk? Mike asked. I can hold my liquor better than most, Nemo replied. Yeah, but you're in Tengu form, and we drank enough for the Tanuki to be drunk. Nemo scoffed at that and then perched on Mike's shoulder. Listen, I can drink any Tanuki under the table, Nemo said. Mike shrugged, and then Nemo shouted in surprise. You know, my friend, you're going to marry a princess one day, Mike said. Not me, Nemo protested. I'll be lucky to marry a fucking pigeon, Mike smiled. My friend, you are the king's mouthpiece now. That's right. By then they reached Mike's compound. Kurama was the first to greet him, and she did so with a big kiss. My spies told me what happened. You put those fox bitches in their places. I did. They acted like they had authority and expected me to just roll over. They don't know me, Mike replied. Nemo hopped to the floor. I'm drunk and I need to lay down so I don't make a fool of myself, Mike said. Very prudent choice. Go to your concubines, Kurama said. Mike didn't wonder why. He just followed her suggestion. Mei was alone in the room, wearing an elegant black and white gown. Her hair was done up fancy rather than hanging in the two low braids that she had been wearing since becoming first concubine. "Hi, little brother," she said shyly. "Hi, Maymay." Mike sat down beside her on the huge bed. "When did the bikini photos happen?" he asked. "Oh, that was at a studio. We did it for fun. Do you like my picture?" Mike nodded. "Maymay is pretty." "No, I'm not, but you're sweet." She offered him a strawberry. "Hey, where'd that come from?" he asked. "I have secrets too," she said. Mike took a bite and then pushed it toward her, but the Chinese yokai shook her head and she made him eat the whole strawberry. "I'm drunk right now, and I'm sorry." "It's okay, Mike. I'm here to help you rest. Rest from your worries and everything. Protect you, even from yourself. That is what Maymay is for." She tickled his belly. "You look beautiful today," Mike said. She thanked him and offered him a bun. He ate it slowly. It was warm and chewy. "This will help you sober up," she said. "How?" "Science and magic. Ryan is very good at his job." "He really is," Mike agreed. Maymay kept on like that, soothing him with loving touch and feeding him, one small thing at a time. "Maymay, are you nobility?" "Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. Pandas are too few and scattered for stuff like noble birth to matter." "How long were you a virgin before me?" She looked away. "I don't like thinking about it. I got rejected by panda men." "You don't have to tell me. I'm sorry." 80 years? I'm 80 years old. And now you're here with me and our baby." She nodded. "I'm so happy. I keep wondering when I'll wake up, back in the mountains, all alone." He caressed her face. "Are you in my dream, or am I your dream?" "I can't be your dream. Who would dream about dumpy old me?" Mike shushed her. "How much do I love you?" he asked. "I don't know, but you waited and waited before we finally had sex, and you basically got ordered to do it. You say you love me, and we have a perfect child. But how much? I just don't know," she said. "You're right. I hesitated," Mike agreed. "I was afraid of you." "Me? But I told you and the gods I was your big sister. I wasn't your enemy anymore." "I know, but I was still scared of you. You're so big and strong, Maymay." He held her hand. "After I fell asleep in your arms, I knew you really loved me. Then I realized how safe and comfortable I felt with you. I knew I was in love too. I was proud to be your first. Only," she insisted. "No one is good enough to replace you, not even some panda claiming to be emperor." She looked at her hands, and then his hands. "Nobody ever loved me before, but as far as it goes, you love me best." "I don't want any other lovers," she said. "You're the only panda for me," Mike said. "Oh, don't say that. You might meet some really pretty panda someday." "I'm saying it. Maymay is it. No other pandas." "Mike, do you want to have I just rejected a whole species sex?" He did, but the alcohol interfered. He just could not do it. "I'm sorry. I really want to, but he won't wake up," Mike said. "Not to worry. Fushin taught me a trick," Maymay said. She smiled and began to drum upon his thigh with her fingers. "Come on, magic," she urged, drumming and drumming. Finally, It worked. She clapped. I made magic! Mike, I made magic for you. They made love then, for the first time since Joe's birth. May draped them in the Sasquatch skin blanket that had once been Mike's friend Tessa. Tessa says she loves you and she's happy, May said. I miss her, Mike replied. We both know it, but she wants you to be happy and give me lots and lots of love because we're friends now too. How come you can see her ghost but I can't? Mike asked her. I don't see her. I hear her. Well, how? I'm closer to her than you. I've been sleeping with her for months. Touché. Mike quickly fell asleep in her pillowy embrace. Just once. I wish he'd stay awake for another go, Tessa, May whispered. And then she giggled. When you put it that way, I guess I should be proud. Mike woke up sober, and he was wrapped in Tessa and May. He hoped that her motherhood boobs would stay. He noticed one of them was leaking, and he had to know. Her milk tasted like coconuts somehow. He loved it. May woke up and smiled at him. Greedy little brother. That's for Joseph, she chided. Oh, but it tastes good, he said and kissed her. I'm sorry, I had to know how you taste. I forgive you. You'd better get dressed and find Joseph. But I liked our mini date, May said. She hurried to find her baby. And Mike lay there for a while, naked in the Tessa blanket. Thanks for forgiving me, Tessa. I'm so sorry you caught that knife that was meant for me. And I'm so sorry I brought assassins to your home. And I'm so sorry that I'm the one who ended your heartbeat. I'll find you in the next life. I promise, he whispered. After that, Mike hurried to dress himself. And he looked for Nemo. He sighed and called out his name. Nemo poofed in front of him. Where are Sancho and the others? He asked. In their rooms, recovering, Nemo replied. Go recover too. Dismissed, Mike said. Now when you say dismissed, Nemo began. I will see you tomorrow, Mike replied. Nemo bowed and then poofed away. Mike idly wondered why Nemo was never in human shape around him. In fact, he'd never seen any of his male Tengu servants in human form, except for Susa. He went to his bedroom, and he saw Kurama, in Tengu form, playing cards with Whisper, who was in her yokai form herself. They were very intent on their game, and seemed to be playing with tarot cards. Mike watched for a bit. Kurama won. Whisper applauded and then began shuffling the cards. She dealt Mike one card face down. Your future, Mike, she whispered. He flipped it over. The Empress. A powerful and wise woman, said Whisper. Perhaps your queen. The Empress is your ally, at any rate. She dealt another card. You, she said. He turned it. The Knight of Swords. A brave hero who goes to face a great challenge and strife, represented in the card by the Grim Reaper. But his sword is held ready. He will face the strife. She dealt the third card. Your past, she said. Strength. A woman gently guides and tames the lion. Me. Fourth card. Your next challenge or dynamic event. The sun. I don't understand, she said. She looked at the card, then Kurama, and then Mike. The card symbolizes hope. It's not supposed to be a challenge. Hope is my dynamic event. The cards say I will win, Mike said. Whisper applauded. Brighter future, she cheered. And she kissed him with her proboscis. She shuffled the cards again. If I'm the Knight of Swords, your strength and Kurama is the Empress. Who is Fushin? Mike asked. Whisper kept shuffling and then dealt the card. The Chariot. Yep, that's Fushin, said Kurama. Mike smiled, studying the artwork. In this card, the Chariot was pulled by a tiger and a unicorn, and he wondered if that was usual in the symbols. He gave the card back to Whisper, who shuffled the deck and put it away. Kurama was thoughtful and said nothing during this. The Empress, she said aloud finally. The Empress is your future. Kurama looked at him. You don't think, with all your babies running around, that I'll become the most powerful woman in the world, do you? No. Sorry, Dr. Evil, I don't see you ruling the world, Mike said. Why not? I'm cool, I'm hip, and she started to slowly dance the Macarena, rather like Dr. Evil, in fact. Mike whooped out loud, laughing, and he swooped his tiny Tengu wife into his arms. She was such a pretty crow. Human form so I can kiss you, he said. And she became human and was kissing him. It's a real shame I can't ever let you go. You're trapped as my wife forever, Mike said. Oh no, who can set me free? Kurama teased. Oh, I don't want to be free. I want to be locked to you forever. And she kissed him again. Dinner, Ryan called out. Lousy, stinking, amazing cat chef, Mike muttered. Echo joined them for dinner. Mike greeted her with a kiss. Staying, she said with a smile, and then set a plastic bag holding peach pits onto the table. You'll be our peach nymph? Kurama asked. Echo nodded. Echo's a flower nymph, and peach trees blossom, so it'll work. She'll sleep in our trees for the winter. Echo is now here with us to stay, Lilia declared. Maria kept glancing over at the naked Rusalka. Our Lilia is a naturist, Mike explained. Maria nodded. So she goes nude all the time. Most of the time, Lilia corrected. After dinner, Mike went to visit Maria, much to Echo and Lilia's consternation. Maria, I need to drink your secrets again. Sweetheart. You mean kiss my eyeballs? She asked. Right, so I can know the right questions to ask about Emerald. I can't help you much. I wasn't a vassal, I was a fuck toy. Still, she lay down on her bed and relaxed. Mike held her right eye open. Trust that I will not hurt you, and give me your secrets, he whispered. Anything for my king, Maria whispered. Mike kissed her eyeball and drank deeply. Images flooded his mind. He reeled, but he drank from her left eye as well. When he sat back, covering his eyes, she blinked and her eyes watered. Now you know the things I've done, she said. I understand if you don't want me anymore. Mike kept his eyes screwed shut, but blindly reached for her. Misunderstanding, she led his hand to her breast. Instead, he held her hand and gripped it. The images burned into his mind, crystallizing in perfect clarity. The vision hurt. He whimpered from the pain. He saw Maria's tears, her pain, her ecstasy, her loneliness, her isolation, the green eyes of Emerald, the vulpine grin, the twitching of her tails, the tenderness of Kay's touch, the eager fumblings of Sancho, and then his own face, shining like a beacon in the night. This way to home, that light seemed to say. His smile, the soft, unguarded expression of wanton enjoyment as their bodies were joined. Maria's thick, dark lips touching his own pink lips. Then, blessedly, darkness remained. Mike trembled as he recovered from the burning of Maria's secrets. "Does it hurt you?" she asked. "Kurama didn't warn me," Mike replied. "It hurts like hell. I know why hardly anyone does it." He began to cry. "I saw myself how you see me, and I'm devastated." "Why?" He swallowed a sob. "I'm not what you see," he replied. "I'm not able to be a hero." "You saved me, my king. I see what I see because of who you are and what you do. You're my hero, and you just have to deal with it." She sat up, and she held him. "You're only human," she added. "Yeah, human," he replied bleakly. He gathered himself. "Thank you, Maria. Kurama will be able to do something with this information, I'm sure." "Don't go," she asked. "Maria, I still care. I have not lost any respect for you," he reassured her. "It's the nymph, isn't it? She's one of yours, too." "Yeah, my girlfriend's girlfriend." Maria nodded, and she picked up a book. Mike hadn't released her hand. She looked at their hands for a minute, and then she let go, saying nothing. Mike nodded to her. "Until next time," he said, and left. Maria sighed and read her book. Back at Lilia's house, Mike knocked on the front door. Echo opened the door and kissed him without a word. She pulled him inside and put an arm around his waist, leading him to Lilia's bedroom. He had to adjust again to the woman of few words. Echo caressed his belly with her other hand. "I missed you," he said. Lilia was reading and put down her own book. "Look what the nymph dragged in," she said. Mike grinned. "I love you too," Mike said. Echo sat beside Lilia and began brushing her purple hair, fussing over her appearance. "No point getting your hair all nice for him," Lilia teased. "He just wants one thing, and when he's done your hair will be a mess again." Echo nodded happily. "Counting on it," she said. "What was so urgent you had to go rushing off to Mary Big Boobs' room?" Lilia asked. "Maria had been bound to Lady Emerald. I drank her secrets to try and learn something." "More Tengu every day, aren't you?" Lilia asked. "Don't be mean. I didn't like it, and I didn't learn anything that made me happy." Echo kept brushing her hair. Their serious talk was none of her business, so she ignored it. "I suppose you're here to fuck Echo," Lilia said. Echo nodded, smiling. "You know damned well who I am." "I don't need that shit from you too," Mike snapped, standing up. Lilia scowled. "Don't get righteous on me now," she said. "Lilia," he warned. "You chose me. You knew what my love life was. You are not allowed to resent me for living the way I live." "Maybe I want you to love me enough to spend more time with me," just being with me," she shouted. "It's not easy loving all of you," Mike shouted. "I can't help being in love with you. I can't help when your feelings are hurt. I'm doing the best I can for so many women and my kingdom and our alliance, and facing treachery and strife with no fear, and missing you when I can't be with you, and loving who I'm with in just the way that they need to be loved. And I'm trying so hard. I'm only human. I'm sorry I let you down, but I let all of them down too. And it ain't easy," Mike screamed. "It tears me apart. On top of that, constantly strangers want to fuck me, figuratively and literally, and everyone acts like they know me, like I'm just controlled by my dick, and now my best friend." He panted for breath. Echo stood up. She frowned at Lilia. "Mike," she said, as if defending her favorite dessert. She took his hand. Lilia was scowling still, but she was weeping. "I'm sorry," she said. Mike sat before her on her bed, Echo trailing. He reached for her hand with his free hand. "Maybe you and Echo should just without me tonight." "No, that's not how this works," Mike said. And so they cuddled, two clothed people, one naked person, just holding each other and talking about how good it felt to be reunited. "Dreamed," Echo said. She smiled at Mike and touched his lips with a finger, and then her lips. Then she touched his lips again, and then touched her nipple. Her lips, his chest again, her back. She closed her eyes at the memory and the dreams. "On my back, inside," she said. Echo touched Lilia's face. "My lovers," Echo said. Mike was still quite unsettled. His emotions were wild. Echo dreamed about him while she hibernated. Impossibly beautiful, immortal, and she dreamed of him. And suddenly he could hear her thoughts. "I keep you in a room inside my heart," she thought. "Always you are happy to see me, and sometimes we make love, and sometimes we dance." Her eyes widened. Had his eyes gone gold again? "He heard my thoughts?" she said. Echo looked at Lilia and then Mike. She recovered her composure. "Changeling," she spoke, resuming her usual communication style. Mike smiled. "Would you like to dance?" he asked. "Yes!" Echo cheered, and the nymph stood up from the bed in a blink. Mike more slowly stood. Lilia grumbled. "No, I don't feel like dancing, but thank you for asking." "Lili, sweetest and most beautiful of all Rusalki, please dance with me," Mike asked. So it was that they adjourned to Lilia's living room, playing some music from her phone, holding one lover's hand in each. The three of them danced together. Dancing with two women presented a challenge and prevented him from doing anything fancy, but they enjoyed themselves all the same. It was just being together, like Lily had wanted. They did not make love that night. They had time to wait. Mike slept with Fushin, and she also did not ask for sex. She just wanted him with her. It was all she wanted that night. Mike awoke to crow song. There's a reason crows are not famous for singing. Still, a more effective alarm clock Mike would never want. Fushun growled, "Shut up, crows!" The crows outside her window shut up. "Who doesn't like the rite of spring?" huffed one crow. Another croaked, "Everyone's a critic. I thought we did great." Mike yawned, and the goddess snuggled close. "Are you sure you want to reincarnate? You and me could get a nice hovel in Shangri-La," she said. "I'd even marry you." "I love you, baby. I do. But I'm not done with this world yet. It's okay. I'll find you. I have a friend in the assignment bureau who owes me several favors. I won't be me, though." "Sure you will. You'll be a more enlightened you." Mike lay there pondering the implications. "You'll still love me?" he asked. "Yep. Even if I'm born disfigured or have some impairment so that we can't have sex? I can have sex with you. Nothing can prevent that. If you have genitals, I can have sex with my Mike." As if to illustrate the point, she played what he now called the boner beat on his belly. "Now roll over and give me my offering. Thy will be done." At breakfast, Mike couldn't stop smiling. Kay was still feeling a bit ill and miserable. Z wasn't even in their armor, just a polo shirt and slacks. Their black hair was still in a top knot as per usual, but it did look sloppy. Mike felt sympathy, but he was also anxious how Z would treat him now. Later in his office, Kay was nursing a concoction that Ryan had made for the hangovers. Mike's mail was an invitation to purchase season tickets for the Kitsune Theater. He signed the form and put it in his outbox. Lilia's contract for their partnership in the nightclub he signed without even reading. An offer to subscribe to the local newspaper he signed to support his community. A request for donations to the Uncle Retirement Fund. The uncles get pensions and Crow subsidized housing. Crow Crown subsidized housing. The king has spoken, Mike said. Nemo nodded and wrote it down. Also, prostitutes while they are on duty. My king? What, is prostitution not legal in my kingdom? No, my king. Well, then find volunteers of whatever species and give them gifts, Mike said. Got it, Nemo replied. Even Oni? Asked Sancho. Sure, I never saw an ogress before, but they shapeshift, right? They do, answered Nemo. He checked the rest of his inbox. Count Takashi of the Kitsune League wished to schedule an appointment the next day at tea time with other chairs on the League Council. Count Takashi will be happy to attend, Mike replied, handing the letter to Maria. The last was a manila envelope. It contained large, glossy, nude photos of Kitsune women. An enclosed letter read, "Each of these eligible women would like to be your mistress. Please mark your selection and return the mail at your convenience. Signed, Procurer Hoshino." Maria, please dictate my reply. Maria pulled his keyboard towards her and then nodded. Hello, Procurer Hoshino. Very lovely ladies. Please be well advised that I do not seek a mistress of any species. Give my compliments to the ladies. If I should ever require your services, yada yada yada. Best wishes, Crow King. He handed the photos to Sancho. His inbox now empty, Mike declared his intent to adjourn to the dojo. He changed into his gi, and Regicide flew to his hand. Where is the dojo? He asked. Nemo poofed in front of him. My king, I can give you the layout of the compound. Mike nodded. Nemo flapped up and pecked him on the forehead. Now he knew. It still hurt. I can't wait for the day when we can do that painlessly, Mike griped, rubbing his head. Everything has a price, my king. Wait, we have cockroach staff headquarters? Mike asked. Well, since they're so happy helping at our urban kitchens, a nice couple offered to come to Canada and serve you here. Huh, thought Mike for a moment. Give them some chocolate with my compliments, Mike said, and walked to the dojo. He unsheathed Regicide and felt a familiar thrill. He believed some part of Asakeno must still live on and was happy to be useful. Or perhaps it was only himself, glad to have his excellent weapon ready. He swung and twirled Regicide, dancing more than anything, improvising maneuvers and attacks. And he noticed Kay watching him, wearing a karate style gi, whatever's their discipline, Z was a black belt. Mike stopped and saluted Kay with Regicide. I request a lesson, my king, Kay said, bowing. Mike chuckled. Kay, I'm sure you see you outrank me. I know the perversity of Tenjutsu ranks for non-Tengu, Z replied. Even so, I can learn from you, if you allow it. Mike sheathed Regicide and placed it on an empty shelf. Be patient with me, please, but do not go soft, Mike requested, and he bowed. Kay returned his bow. They took their stances. They stared at each other in the stillness. Kay's black eyes were mirrors that revealed nothing. Mike knew he was outclassed by this warrior. Still, he just might have a trick or two. He lunged forward and attempted a kick at the side of Kay's head. Z blocked it with one arm and then hit Mike with a palm strike to his chest. Mike fell down hard and struggled to breathe. He rolled to his feet. Kay had not budged. The way of the unyielding Titan, Kay said. Right. Well named. He inched closer, screamed, and then slid forward to scissor his legs and take Kay to the mat. Kay did not budge and grabbed Mike by the arm to lift him to his feet and smiled. When you're ready to try again, Kay said gently. Mike wrapped his hands around Zur and heaved, planning a takedown. Kay did not budge. Fight! Mike shouted, and jumped to grab Kay's head and pull Zur down like he had done to Mei once before. Kay bent forward, hurling Mike through the air. Wind spirits caught him and set him down gently. Mike thanked them. He had to get Kay to move. That stance was magic. It had to be, he thought. He had one dirty trick, but he would not use it on his representative. Instead, Mike ran and tried a jump kick. He bounced harmlessly off of Kay's belly and landed on the floor. I got nothing, Mike sighed. My last trick was to kiss you. You would have won. I haven't had a good kiss like yours in a long time. Did we kiss yesterday? Mike asked. I don't care, Kay replied, and then lay atop him. Z kissed him fiercely. I want to protect you, Kay promised. I want to hold you in my arms and squeeze you and, well, usual. I'm vanilla as can be. Mike laughed. You just took my tricks without breaking a sweat, kissed me like a damn tiger, and insist you're vanilla. Don't make fun of me, Kay replied. Budsy kissed him again. So, yesterday, you really meant it? Mike asked. I'd have regretted making a spectacle of myself. But I really wanted you. I still do. Do you want me? Z said. Another bodyguard who loved him wouldn't be bad. Does it break some conflict of interest rule for us to be together? Mike asked. Kay snorted. Of course not. It's expected. The Tanuki Federation loves you. Everything you have done has made all of them very happy. All this land, the planning, all those women you knocked up, forcing the kitsune to eat humble pie, nicing up the tengu. You're our hero. Mike had to smile. Do you really want me, though? I like your kisses so much, I gotta find out what the rest is like. But tell me, do you want me? I know I'm not a woman, not like you want, all feminine and perfume and makeup and dresses. Okay, I love women. You're unusual, it's true, but I respect you and admire you, and I really want to find out. Say it, King, please. I want to hear your words. Kay urged. I want you, Kay. I'll be your tiger then. Rawr, Z said, and poofed them to their bedroom. He had never seen it before, nor had he been poofed before. He didn't know which way was up. And Kay was snarling, pulling off their geese. Z gently nipped him and then pulled him to their bed, which was a Spartan hardwood thing. The whole room was brown. It was a rainbow of brown. Mike had no idea how tigers made love, but this was unlike any Tanuki lovin' he'd ever had. Kay must have been satisfied, because he held him fiercely and would not release. Nice, Z said softly. And he noticed that Z was the slimmest Tanuki he'd ever seen. And their biceps were quite bigger than his. I like what you do, King Daddy, Kay said. I like what you do, Kay Yuri, Mike said. Why did you call me that name? I don't like that name, Z replied. Oh, well, I heard you think that you wanted me to call you a special name. Well, it sounds sweet when your voice says it, but please, not Kay Yuri. Just Kay is good. Kay, you're contradicting yourself. Get out of my head, Z shouted. In fact, get out of my bed. If that's what you want, Mike said, and he stood up. Fight for me. Refuse to leave, Kay thought at him. Mike ignored their thoughts and pulled on his pants. And then Kay spoke. Mike, please don't go. I'm sorry. You need to sort out your feelings, Kay. I suggest some clear mountain air to help you get refocused, Mike replied, and he picked up his gi top. Please, King, stay, Z said. Mike put his arms into the sleeves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kay shouted. Mike turned to face Zer. I can't do this go, stay, yes, no crap. I need a yes that is truly yes. A stay that is truly stay. K or Kayuri or some new name I might make up or you might make up. But don't ask me to give a name and then get mad at me for saying the name. I'm sorry, Mike. You're right. I need to sort out my feelings, Kay said. Please don't go yet. Mike stopped and lay down beside Zer. Z kissed him. I can be sweet too, see? Kay said. I have these problems with my feelings. I get mad, but then I'm so sorry, and I don't know how to just be mellow like you. Maybe you need medicine, Mike said. I'm not crazy, Kay shouted. Shh. No one said crazy. Medicine can help. Humans have very good medicines, Mike soothed. Well, I've tried not taking medicine and it hasn't worked. I'll have my doctor take care of you. Because I seem to have one.